Welcome back. I'm going to try and put a bit more shape into the patch I started to work on last week. Let me just pop my gloves on. I don't want to get any cuts on my hands. The edges of the patch have been filed, but nonetheless they might still be a bit sharp. But I managed to, it was starting to get dark when I was working last week, but I managed to get a reasonable curve. This bit needs to be totally flat, and we need a nice sort of tight radius. I'm just going to pop a little bit on the car. Let's just, oh god, just no, it's that way around. I'm just going to offer it up on the car. Not bad. It's just not bad. Yeah, the bit I've got already is not bad. Let's have a look. Yes, so I need to, the first inch is probably fine. I need to make the rest of it match, but without putting a banana shape, you know, because when you stretch here, it can cause the panel to sort of curve like a banana, which is something I don't want. That's all right. So we start about here. Wipe the muck off the hammer. So it's one of those where I strike and drag. So there's no point in just hitting. It will stretch and I won't be able to control where the shape goes. I need to, as I hit the panel, I need to drag it at the same time. So it's quite an awkward strike, to be honest with you, but I've managed it there. That's okay. There we go. It's about half an hour in total to do this whole panel. It's quite a lot. You've got to keep the strike area totally flat. So I'm sort of rolling the workpiece about. Need to increase the radius in the middle and less on the edge. The hammer's actually a little bit big for this, but it's the right shape, it's just a bit big. What will also happen, because I'm stretching the material, it's going to grow in length by a millimetre or so. So I'll have to sort of retrim. I'll have to retrim this, and I'll have to try and find my cardboard template. If I can't find it, I'll have to make a new template. So this edge won't stretch, but that edge is going to stretch. So I'll put the cardboard template in, and there'll be about a millimetre or so to trim off, because it's not a perfectly straight line. And that's the shape we've got on the panel. It's just got undulations, one here, one there. So I've traced the exact shape of the hole. Right, you know, obviously if I made this straight, it wouldn't fit in the hole. So is that bowing? It's bowing very slightly, but I'll be able to work that out by hand. what I'm doing here. Just stretching it tiny little bit there, and I'm trying to apply a little bit of pressure to the edges. Obviously I don't want to be bashing my fingers, there's not much room for fingers here. Just trying to increase the radius in the middle. Yeah, that's not so bad. Actually, I've got a slightly smaller hammer. I'll go and fetch that in a minute, because it's just almost pinching the very edge of my fingers. The last thing I need. So I'll continue. Yeah, and I'll come back to that technique of tapping it on the outside and pressing the edges with a bit of a smaller hammer. The very, very slight shallow fold's getting knocked out slightly and it's bowing, but what I'll do, I'll put the fold back in, and it will take the bowing. This needs to be completely flat, and it's starting to bow, which is inevitable stretching it in this manner, but I'll be able to take that bowing out by putting the fold back in. I might even put the fold in too much to straighten the panel, then knock a little bit of the fold out. That'll probably be the way to do it. Have a look, see how it's getting on. I don't want to over curve it. That side's pretty good. I need quite a bit more in the middle, and there's virtually which way around it's that way. That side's quite good. The middle needs a bit more, and this side needs a lot more. There's virtually nothing been done on the far end yet. A bit awkward. Bloody hell. Not bad. Need quite a bit more in the middle. If it stops raining today, I'm going to try and weld this in. Welding in the rain, upside down in the street in the open, will be almost impossible, because the rain will be, I'll be lying under here, and the rain will be running down the panels into the weld itself, into the flame, into my eyes. It'll be almost impossible. You know, if I was welding down onto the piece, it'd be okay. I'd ignore the rain, but it's simply not going to be possible to weld upside down in the open in these conditions. As you can see, I can tolerate the conditions for, you know, as we are now. You know, it's far from ideal, but it is what it is. These are the conditions I have. I don't have an indoor workshop, so because I want to get the car done, I can't really wait for better weather. I just have to ignore the weather and carry on. There we go. There we go. That's not bad. Not bad. Oh dear. That's not bad, you know. It's close, very close. Okay. That's close-ish. I'm going to stop. I'm going to fetch my smaller hammer, and I just need to tighten the radius down the middle. So I'm going to do that on the outside I'll turn the camera off. I'll fetch my smaller hammer, and I also need the vise to be able to redo this slight line. And it's just not as flat as it should be. It's bowing very slightly. Well, I say slightly, it's actually quite a lot. When we look at it like that, it's probably bowed about 10 millimetres. I need that to be completely straight. So let me turn off the camera, go and fetch a few more tools.